This is especially for all you little ones out there who want Nanny to tell you a story. Once a long time ago, in the land of fantasy, lived two children whose names were Hansel and Gretel. They lived in a little cottage at the edge of a huge forest. They were quite happy playing in the field that surrounded their home, although their mummy and daddy told them never to stray into the forest. Well, children sometimes do not always listen to mummies and daddies and simply do their own thing. And this was one of those days. Hansel was the sensible one of the two, whereas Gretel was so different. She just wanted to have fun and never thought anything bad could ever happen. Gretel woke up first and shook Hansel. "Hansel, Hansel, wake up. It's Mummy's birthday tomorrow, and I thought we could go and pick her a bunch of flowers as a surprise. What do you think?" Hansel slowly opened his eyes and stretched. "What time is it?" 6:30. 6:30? Oh, Gretel, it's too early." No, it's not," said Gretel. "It's a perfect time. Mummy is fast asleep, Daddy is at work, the sun is coming up, and we could be back before Mummy wakes up. Oh, come on, Hansel." "Okay," said Hansel lazily, and slowly pulled on his clothes. Now these two little children never had money of their own, as they lived in a humble home where Mummy worked hard cleaning homes for other people, and their daddy worked hard chopping wood in the forest and selling it. So there was never any spare money to buy Mummy a birthday present. The children crept out of the house and walked around the field looking for flowers. Feeling dejected at not finding any, Hansel said, "Oh, this is no use. The only flowers we can see are dandelions." "I know," said Gretel. "What are we going to Hey, what's that flower over there?" They both ran to see where Gretel was pointing to and stopped. There in front of them, just inside the forest, was this beautiful purple flower they had never seen before. "Wow," said Gretel, "it's beautiful. Let's find some more. These are perfect." "Well, I'm not sure, Gretel. You know what Daddy says about going into the forest? He says it can be dangerous." "Oh, come on, Hansel," pleaded Gretel. "We won't go far, and we will be back in no time with a beautiful bunch of flowers for Mummy. She will be so happy." "Okay, Gretel," said Hansel. "But as soon as we have a bunch, it's back home, right?" Yes, said Gretel. And the children wandered through the wood, not really looking where they were going, picking flowers. They came across a patch of flowers growing together near a pretty little cottage. They started picking the flowers when a small, fairly old lady came out and called to them. "Oh no," said Hansel. "I bet they are her flowers. What shall we do?" said Gretel, sounding upset. "Oh, she's coming over." "Hello, children," said the old lady. "I haven't seen children here for such a long time, and it would be lovely to have company. Would you like to join me for some juice and cake?" The children were so relieved to see the lady was not annoyed with them, picking her flowers, and she looked so sweet and kind. "What do you think?" said Gretel. "I am rather thirsty, and a piece of cake would be lovely." "Well," said Hansel, "I suppose a drink and a piece of cake shouldn't take too long, and it's back home straight after, with the flowers?" Yes, of course," said Gretel, and followed the sweet old lady into the cottage. As they entered the cottage, they saw a warm fire and comfy chairs, and a small table that had juice and cake sitting on the top. Strange. It's as if the little lady knew they were coming. The children sat down and chatted to the lady while drinking juice and eating cake. Oh, what a lovely lady, they thought. When all of a sudden Gretel noticed a huge hanging type of bird cage in the corner of the room. She nudged Hansel and said, "Wow, what is that?" Inside the cage were sweets of all kinds and small toys for girls and boys. Hansel asked the lady why it was there, and she told them it was there for children to have fun in and to enjoy her company so much that they would come again to play. The children felt very relaxed and asked if they could go and play. Of course, the sweet old lady said yes, and the children entered the cage packed with goodies. No sooner when they were inside, the door to the cage slammed shut, and the not-so-sweet lady locked them in. Hansel, with Gretel clinging to his body, shouted out to the lady, "Let us out! Why have you done this?" Why? Laughed the lady. "Because you can eat as many sweets as you like, and then you will be sweeter for me to eat." At that, the old lady went into the kitchen to prepare a huge cooking pot. In a frightened voice, Gretel said, "Oh, Hansel, what are we going to do?" Hansel thought for a minute or two and sat Gretel down. "I have a plan to get us out of here, so, Gretel, don't worry." He then told Gretel the plan. It was getting late, and the horrible old lady watched the children began to eat the sweets and the cakes, and she finally said good night and would see them the next morning. The following morning, the old lady came in to see Hansel lying on the cage floor, groaning and holding his tummy, with Gretel kneeling beside him. "Oh, please, please help me," said Gretel. "I think my brother is very ill." The old lady was annoyed and unlocked the cage door to look at him. As soon as she bent down, Hansel, in a flash, jumped up. At the same time, both the children shoved the old lady down, jumped out of the cage and locked it. They didn't waste a second and run as fast as they could back home. The children were told off by their daddy and mummy for wandering into the forest, but when the children told them what had happened, they all went into the village and told the mayor. Well, the mayor was a very important man, just like a policeman. Apparently, the village people had been looking for this wicked lady for a long time. So together with the mayor, they made their way through the forest to the cottage, released the old lady, tied her up and marched her back to the village to be locked up. All the villagers were cheering the children for capturing the wicked old lady, and the happy ending to this story was that a reward was given to Hansel and Gretel's parents, which enabled the children's mummy not to have to go out to work, but to spend more time with her children. The family celebrated Mummy's birthday with cake, flowers and fun together, and they lived happily ever after. Join me next time for another story with Nanny. If you like Nanny's stories, please click like, and to make sure you don't miss any future Nanny's stories, press subscribe and don't forget the notification bell. Till next time, be good.